I'm coming on to start talking about how I was deeply embedded in Christianity down to the level that it took to get out was almost cult-like. I wasn't in a true cult, but I want to give you a little sense, or actually I really want to talk to the others who are feeling lost after they have either left Christianity or are sitting within a system that just doesn't align with what they read and feel about life and God and Christianity. Uh, I was a toxic Christian at one point. I always held my tongue a little bit, but behind the scenes in my thoughts, my theology, it was toxic. It really separated me from the others. I don't know who the others are. Everyone, honestly. Um, but yeah, I would join Christian groups and be able to speak Christianese. And I felt because Christianity was a belief-based religion, the one that I grew up in, and most non-denominational, Baptist, Lutheran, I don't know, most of Christianity is a belief-based religion. And this is partially because of the interpretation of John 3:16, for whoever believes in me shall not perish but have eternal life. I remember I memorized verses as a kid. I was in Awana. They were using the positive psychology techniques to help us learn this Bible. And so as I was growing up, I realized the circles I was in, the community I was in, really appreciated and praised and reinforced learning the Bible. And then, I remember probably one of the more toxic things within Christianity that I encountered was when I would come across very deep feelings of loss, grief. For me, those were found in heartbreak as a teenager, and they can come in many ways. And when I would go to my Christian leader, mentor type people, I was taught over and over that faith and feelings had no hold on me or my salvation. And I can see where they're coming from, but what they were saying was like, grab hold on the word. And how I interpreted this was my feelings weren't true at some level, or I didn't get to feel them. And I think many people go through this through different avenues, whether they're in Christianity or not. But I learned to push down the feelings and to just hold strong to the promises that I was told were true. And I believe these things. I had a mystical encounter during a Christian event when I was just 5 years old. And so I find when someone has a mystical encounter with something within a belief system, then it just reinforces that. And what this caused was for me to push down, not feel not feel feelings that needed to come up over and over until God revealed, God revealed himself, herself, it doesn't really matter, through this feeling experience. So yeah, that's a little bit about what I experienced as a toxic Christianity was kind of, it's like faith over fear. It's a little bit of a misconception, going around and thinking everyone is fearful of something, so it's good to have faith. But what I found is most Christians are actually just fearful of fear, and they're fearful of anger and sadness, not as much, a little more. People have more compassion for grief, but if the grief keeps going, they can't handle it. A lot of people can't handle it. But this isn't the salt of the earth way. This isn't the light on the shining at top of the hill way. To be is to push down, be scared of other people's feelings and your own. No, these feelings, emotions, things that come up, they're part of God. They're a part of life. They're a part of, maybe this term God drives away some people here, but being very loose with it, because I don't really want to get into it that much, but I think essentially this whole universe, every atom, every conglomerate of atoms, every thought, every feeling, every moment, this moment is God. So to then suppress these things, be taught to suppress them, not just subtly, but explicitly, that really put a damper on my life for a while. And that was part of the journey out of Christianity, was to start feeling things that had been pushed down. And, that's also part of the spiritual journey or the spiritual path. And so just wanted to come tell you about my experience as a Christian, and that I actually help others feel again through energy healing. Oftentimes is a good way in. I do vibrational medicine. It's a very specific form of energy healing that also is close to Reiki and others. And eventually through ascension meditation and effortless mantra meditation, which is a bigger umbrella under which ascension falls. So now feelings come and they go quite intensely right through my system. And then again, and then they go. I can live my day. It's almost like this morning here in Minnesota, we had a big thunderstorm come through, and it looked like the whole day was going to be a thunderstorm. And then at about noon, it was shining, the birds were chirping, the leaves were rustling, and it was normal again. And no one asked, hey, what was wrong back with that thunderstorm back there? You want to go analyze that? It just went, and now we're here. So if this resonates, or if you had enjoyed this video at all, you can support my YouTube channel by liking and subscribing. If you see this video on another platform, I'd love to have you as a follower, or converse with you, send me a message, put a comment down below if there's something that you would like to talk about as well. And very good to have you here.